Continuing with the second part of the animation of our icon, we're now going to add the texts that will appear on our clipboard. We'll also adjust some of the keyframes that we added to improve our animation. Select the Type tool and write here Vary. Change the color to a dark gray. Select this font, Prestige Elite. Make it bold and set the size to 65 pixels. Here in paragraph, we'll leave the text aligned to the left. If you zoom in, you'll see this point here, and if you press Y, you'll select the band behind tool. With this, you can move this anchor point. So move it to the middle. Grab the selection tool and move the text to around here. With the eyedropper tool, make the text the same color as the checkbox. Now zoom out with Z while pressing Alt. Ctrl D to duplicate this layer and drag it down to the next checkbox, but I'm going to change the text to Useful. Again, press Y to adjust this anchor point. Ctrl D to duplicate with Shift, drag it down to the last checkbox. And change this text to Tuts. You can copy, which is Ctrl C, but if you press Ctrl D like I did, then it creates a duplicate. Okay, let's see our animation. Now we have our text. Obviously, each tick should appear when each line of the text appears, but we'll adjust that later. Now this next part is a little tricky, so you need to make sure you're concentrating. We're going to place rectangles on top of the three texts. They can be any color really. I'll make mine yellow. Remove the stroke. So you're going to make it about this size, covering everything right to the edge. I'll name it Matte Vary. And I'll place the layer just above the Vary text layer. Ctrl D to duplicate and place on top of Useful. And I'll name it Matte Useful and place it on top of the Useful text layer. The same again, Ctrl D and drag it down on top of Tuts. Change the name to Matte Tuts and place it above the Tuts text layer. Hide the layers of the ticks. Press toggle switches and modes here at the bottom to then set up a track mat. Go to the Vary text layer and select Alpha Matte, Matte Vary. And you see that the rectangle layer I had put on top of the text is now hidden. If you move this text outside of this rectangle, you can't see it. we can only see what's on the alpha mats of the rectangle we placed there. We can only see what's on the alpha mats of the rectangle we placed there. I'll just press Ctrl Z to undo this. We'll do exactly the same for the rest, so useful and tuts. Why are we doing this? When the first box appears, the first text needs to appear too. I'm going to press P, which is for position, which we can also find if we click on Transform. Let's make a keyframe here. Go to frame number 2 of the first seconds. And take it up to 10 of the first seconds and make another keyframe. We'll go back to the start, to the first keyframe, and we're going to drag it. So click on it, press Shift and drag it to the left to about here. Now do the same for the useful text, and finally the same for tuts. Select all the keyframes and press F9 to easy ease. In the graph editor, the keyframes should look like this. We're going to adjust it so it goes quite quickly but ends slowly. Do the same for the useful text, and for very, the same. Here we can see how the animation is going to look. Press play to see the whole thing. Let's increase the duration of these texts. So select the last 3 keyframes and move them to the right so the animation lasts a little longer. I'll increase it a little more. Okay, that's fine. Obviously, they can't all appear at the same time, so let's move these. Okay, have a look, and now you see that they appear one after the other. Great, our texts are animated. We now need to adjust the ticks. Press U to hide the keyframes. We need to adjust the ticks so they appear when the corresponding text appears. Okay, so there we have very. Let's move this tick here, useful. And adjust the tick for tuts to about here. Increase the workspace and press play to preview and check if there's still anything we need to adjust. Okay, great. Our text animation is finished. Just hit adjust here and again play to see our animation properly. In the next lesson, we are going to add the text that goes on the bottom of the paper.